start. Man, I don't want to write the Zion be done in about, we'll see. But my intent is to make this short, Lord willing. All right, we'll get ready to go into it in a minute. Okay. Hey, Shalom, Malak. Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah, Ba'Hashem Rakwakadash. Let's go. All right, I'll give it another minute. All right. Okay, give it about 30 more seconds. Yeah, they just shadow ban in the videos. And this is the worst I've seen it, quite frankly. Shalom, beloved. Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatham, Ba'Hashem Rakwakadash. Okay. Shalom. Shalom, shalom. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call Halimlah Yahweh. Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Ba'Hashem Rakwakadash. All praises be to the Most High, Yahweh, in the name of His Son and our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai. Much respect and honor to the brothers that are doing the work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and freedom to do so, pushing this gospel throughout the four corners of the earth. Salutations to the hopeful elect that is scattered abroad. Double honor and respect to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Coming back at you with another lesson, finishing where we left off. Finishing where we left off. So without understanding who the key characters are in the Bible, then we're going to be totally confused. Totally confused. What do I mean by that? Well, understanding the key characters and understanding where we are in Bible prophecy helps us to gauge how close we are to the return of the Messiah, the Hamashiach. What do I mean by that? Well, the Most High does not change when we read Malachi 3 and 6. So, understanding Romans 9, we're under the modern day Egyptians, Egypt is synonymous with oppression, oppressors. And when we look at it today, that's Amalek. They're at the head of the CDC. They're at the head of the global elite, the international bankers, the global elite, our bankers, those that run pharmaceutical drug companies like Pfizer, Moderna. I got to watch what I say, so forth and so on. So these are the people in rulership today. Modern Egypt, which are the small hats. Pfizer, Moderna. And there's another one, I'm drawing a blank. But the bottom line is the current leadership structure of the earth today. So we're looking at a 3,000-year window. Remember, one day to the Most High is 1,000 years. So we're witnessing the judgments on Amalek, the modern Egyptians, the key shadow government structure, the Bilderberg Group, the Club of Rome, so forth and so on. Let's go here. I want to get to the key point. Let's go to 1 Samuel 15. 1 Samuel 15. Let's go there. Because we're going to see a continuation of the judgments of Amalek that has not been completed yet. 1 Samuel 15. Amalek are the small hats today. 1 Samuel 15 and 1. Samuel also said unto Saul, the Lord sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel. Now therefore hearken thou unto the voice of the words of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. This is Numbers 14 that we can make reference to. Numbers 14. So we're going to see a continuation of unfinished business. The Most High does not forget. So these spirits are back today in their lots. You see where this is going? See? Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not. Wait a minute, was this done? It was not completed. Saul disobeyed the Most High. So we're going to see the completion of this prophecy in modern times, modern Egypt, Amalek, Edom. See, Brother Gabar Ayash, Exodus 17 and 16. For he said, because the Lord hath sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. A return of the genes, which goes back to sperm, which means they're back. They're not done away with. See that? For the Lord, Exodus 17 and 16. For he said, because the Lord hath sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. So they're back in their lot. They're doing what they do. They're fighting a war without waging war. Study the art of warfare by Sun Tzu. So they're using food, water, government, or unrighteous decrees. They're using what we need to sustain ourselves as weapons. Food, water, air. Look at the chemtrails. So when you study the art of warfare by Sun Tzu, they're utilizing methods to fight war without waging war, to preserve their bloodline, their seed. That's what we're witnessing. See? So this order is not complete if you're following this thing here. To utterly destroy Amalek, the small hats. 1 Samuel 15:3. Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass. Why? Because they are a serpent seed. They're over the CDC. They're over Pfizer. They're over Moderna. They're over the Food and Drug Administration, FDA. They're the shadow government over the national governments of the world. The Rothschild, the Vanderbilt, the DuPonts. You see, the Oppenheimers, the Gettys. So they are a wicked bloodline that go back to Antiochus that's been sown in the earth. So the Most High's judgment is fair and true. Let's go here. So I guess the Most High is immoral now. Well, you must like eating synthetic meat. Bugged out. Let's go here. The Psalms 145. Psalms 145, verse 17. The Lord is righteous in all his ways and holy in all his works. So is the Most High wrong, or are we wrong for trying to preserve a wicked serpent seed? So Saul went off. Let's go back to that. So what is the key point here? What's the bottom line? There is unfinished business in the earth. Somebody post that, Isaiah 14:21. Start at verse 20, please. See? 1 Samuel 15:3. Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass. So that is in order, but it's not going to be fulfilled until this time, because we know the rest of the story. Saul went off and did not finish the deal, did not finish the mission. So this pertains to today. It's right here. So through thy precepts I get understanding. Therefore I hate every false way. See, it's right here. Let's read this first by the beloved brother Fisher turned Hunter. So they are a serpent seed. The global government, the 13 Illuminati families. But there's really about 500 major families. But to keep it simple, the 13 Illuminati families, the serpent seed. See right here, Isaiah 27:1. In that day, the Lord with his sword and great and strong sword shall punish Leviathan, the piercing serpent. So it's not talking about the main Leviathan, the sea monster. This here is a similitude. It's talking about a ruling authority, a serpentine people, corrupt, immoral, that are tainting our water and food supply. Even Leviathan, that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea. So they are ruling over the seas, merchant trade, sea trade, commerce. They own the airports, seaports, and rail stations. So the earth is given to who? That great red dragon. That's what? Job 9 and 24 and Revelation 12. The first 4 scriptures or so. See, now we can go here to Isaiah 14 and 20. So this is under the umbrella of Amalek. Isaiah 14 and 20. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. They're not going to prolong their reign of terror, and they're not going to get mercy shown unto them in the kingdom to come. After 1,000 years of servitude, they're going to be burned from off the face of the earth, or Obadiah 18. All of the seed of Edom is. At the top of the proverbial pyramid is Amalek. Isaiah 14 and 21. This is the order that's going to be executed in the last days, where Saul failed, pursuant to 1 Samuel 15. Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. So the earth is tired of being purposely made sick, tired of synthetic medicinal elements and supplements, tired of being led or enticed into bankers' wars for gold, oil, and drugs. So this is a wicked, corrupt bloodline. Seed goes back to sperm, which creates generations, genes. Regeneration, return back in the flesh. So this is an order, an long-standing order that will be executed starting with the nuclear devastation. See, Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant, and son and nephew, saith the Lord. See? So let's go back to why. It goes back to the history, their fathers. Amalek, the ruling global elite. See? 1 Samuel 15 and 3. Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass. So their babies are going to be dashed to pieces. We can read about that where? Psalms 137. Start reading around 7 on down. See? That's going to start with the nuclear missiles. It's going to rain here on spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah, like it rained in ancient Sodom and Gomorrah. But about a third of them are going to be wiped out off the bat. The third part of man, Edom. At the top of the proverbial pyramid is the first of the nations, Amalek, the small hats, aka the tic-tac hats, funding both sides of every war, fueling the military-industrial complex, Lockheed Martin, McDonnell Douglas, Raytheon, Northrop Grumman, all go back to the Amalekite bloodlines of their high-level wealthy elite that are running the world today. That sea, or that serpent of the sea, is talking about a global order that controls world trade. The Illuminati families. See, let's go to Numbers 24 and 20. Numbers 24. Wait a minute, because of their fathers. Let's go to Numbers 14. So the Most High does not forget. See, let's go to Numbers 14. Right here. Numbers 14, verse 25. Now the Amalekites and the Canaanites dwelt in the valley. Tomorrow turn you and get you into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, so right now we're in that fourth part of the world, or Canada, the fourth part of the world, North America, which is also a valley, a low-lying area of morality, the valley of the shadow of death. See the correlation? And Amalek rules America. Look up, I think it was 1870 or 1871. The Rothschilds purchased America around 1871. And there was 5 of them that made this purchase. So it's owned by the banking families. Amalek. So every little detail matters. The devil is in the details. Let's read that again. Numbers 14 and 25. Now the Amalekites and the Canaanites dwelt in the valley. Tomorrow turn you and get you into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, the key leaders coincide with prophetic future events. How long shall I bear with this evil congregation which murmur against me? I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel, which they murmur against me. Say unto them, as truly as I live, saith the Lord, as ye have spoken in mine ears, so will I do to you. The rebels are back today, the 2/3 that are against the will of the Heavenly Father, going against the prophets. Let's get this one. Numbers 14, verse 29. This is what Amalek did to the congregation of Israel. See? So we got to connect the dots. When we read Isaiah 14, verse 20 and 21, prepare slaughter for their children for the iniquity of their fathers. So they came back in the 3rd and 4th generation. We got to connect the dots and not have amnesia when we're reading the scriptures. See? Numbers 14 and 29. Your carcasses shall fall in this wilderness, and all that were numbered of you, according to your whole family, your carcasses shall fall in the wilderness, and all that were numbered of you, according to your whole number, from 20 years old and upward, which have murmured against me. Doubtless ye shall not come into the land concerning which I swear to make you dwell therein, save Caleb the son of Jephunneh and Joshua the son of Nun. But your little ones, which ye said should be a prey, them will I bring in, and they shall know the land which ye have despised. Let's jump down to verse 43. Here's the key point. So on this side, the elect is going to enter into the kingdom. On this side, elect. Here's the key point that connects to Isaiah 14 and 21. Numbers 14 and 42. Go not up, for the Lord is not among you, that ye be not smitten before your enemies. For the Amalekites and the Canaanites are there before you, and ye shall fall by the sword, because ye are turned away from the Lord. Therefore the Lord will not be with you. So the Amalekites are back in their lot today, ruling Edom. So the first of the nations, or the proverbial top of the pyramid, are the Amalekites that are ruling today, that are going to get their judgment on this side. So when we put the pieces together, it connects where? To Revelation 13, verse 9 and 10. He that killeth by the sword shall die by the sword. Who led us in captivity? Who owned the slave ships? Who financed the boating or the shipping insurance company out of the Bank of London? The Rothschilds did. See? So we were led into captivity by the small hats, Amalekites. Who's the first of the nations ruling over the kings of the earth? The small hats are. See that? So they own the shipping companies and the ship makers or the ship builders supporting this global effort and seafaring trade, or who? The Ishmaelites, working in conjunction with the Hamites, the native Africans. The Ishmaelites are what we call the Arabs today. And in the old world, many of them are the Midianites. You see how all the pieces come together. So these nations are in their lot to get their judgments for the iniquity of their fathers, when we read Isaiah 14 and 21. So we cannot have amnesia when we're reading the prophecies. It all makes sense now. So the ship companies that led us into captivity are the Amalekites, the small hats, who's passing laws to ban the Bible being read aloud on the streets. The small hats are. Let's go to Deuteronomy 25. See, Deuteronomy 25, verse 17. Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way, when ye were come forth out of Egypt. So where are we today? We have to put the pieces together. We're in spiritual Sodom in Egypt now, pursuant to Revelation 11 and 8. So Amalek is ruling over America and the other nations, the kings of the earth, the daughter of Babylon. When we read Revelation 17, that she ruleth over the kings of the earth. See that? So the modern Egyptians are the Amalekites, Edomites. So the first of the nation, they are Pharaoh, the king of Babylon. When we read Isaiah 14, the Luciferians, the 13 Illuminati families. See how everything comes together? Now we can read Deuteronomy 25 and 17 with understanding. Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way, when ye were come forth out of Egypt. They were slaying our babies and killing the women and children in the tail of our formation, in the back of our congregation. They were killing the women and children from the back. how he met thee by the way, and smote the hindermost of thee. See, even all that were feeble behind thee, when thou wast faint and weary, and he feared not God. They don't fear Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh. They worship themselves. They worship themselves. The Amalekites, Pharaoh, see that? They were killing our women and children and the elderly. Therefore, it shall be future prophecy. Does the Most High have amnesia? Did he bump his head and forget about these crimes? Did he forget about the shipbuilding companies that they financed and insured, where 100 million Negroes perished during the North Atlantic slave operations from about 1600 to about 1850 AD? No, he hasn't forgotten. Funded, financed, and coordinated by the ship owners and the financiers, the bankers, Amalekites, Amalek. Deuteronomy 25 and 17. Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way, when ye were come forth out of Egypt. So we're going to be delivered out of modern spiritual Sodom in Egypt. How he met thee by the way, and smote the hindermost of thee, even all that were feeble behind thee. And thou wast faint and weary, and he feared not God. Therefore it shall be, when the Lord thy God have given thee rest from all thine enemies round about. Are we at rest yet? So this is a future prophecy where they're going to be slaughtered, and the residue of them are going to go into captivity, pursuant to Revelation 13, 9, and 10. He that liveth by the sword shall die by the sword. He that lead into captivity shall go into captivity. So a third of them, or the third part of men, most of them are going to be eliminated. But there's going to be a residue of them that are going to serve out slavery to fulfill prophecy. Now we can connect the dots. See? So this is a cut telling you that this has not happened yet. Have we put small hats into slavery? No. Have they been slaughtered by nuclear missiles? No. Deuteronomy 25 and 19. Therefore it shall be, when the Lord thy God have given thee rest. That's the kingdom of heaven, rulership on earth. See? Therefore it shall be, when the Lord thy God have given thee rest from all thine enemies round about, in the land which the Lord thy God giveth for thee for an inheritance to possess it, that thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven, thou shalt not forget it. So this is going to be executed in our time, now. So the Most High has a starting lineup of prophets back on the scene of the crimes. Spiritual Sodom and Egypt. So the Holy Land is going to be cleaned out and purged with fire, nuclear missiles, but rebuilt. But the daughter of Babylon is not going to be rebuilt. Who's occupying the Holy Land right now, claiming to be the children of Israel? Amalek. That's why he says, thou shalt not forget it. But he's going to give us rest, the kingdom of heaven. You see? And occupying the Holy Land. That land is not at rest right now. They're under constant attack because imposters are occupying the land. Let's close out here. Numbers 24 and 20. Numbers 24, let's go to 19. Well, we got to go to 18. Numbers 24 and 18. And Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. So the Jacob Israelites are going to be transformed into mighty men. 144,000 bright burns. And their lands are going to be taken into a possession. The Amalekites are the global international bankers that own the world trade and commerce, that own the major shipping companies, that own the international currencies, the gold, the silver. So all their possessions are going to be translated over to the nation of Israel, starting with their land, followed by themselves, to become slaves. And Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies. And Israel shall do valiantly. Possessions are going to be commodities, slaves, servants, handmaids, and concubines. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. So there's going to be a residue that are going to be salvaged to go into captivity. The daughter of Babylon is going to be destroyed. Peoples, multitudes, nations, and tongues. Who is that star out of Jacob? That's Yahushua coming back on what we call a starship, a chariot of the Lord, a so-called UFO. Not little green men from Mars. That's bugged out. So this is a fathership, a star out of Jacob. Yahushua coming back on the great fathership. And it's literally going to be glowing. It's going to give off rays of light. Numbers 24 and 20. Let's end it here. Numbers 24 and 20. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. Connects beautifully to what we read in Deuteronomy 25, the last scripture. So this is a future projection, dismantling spiritual Sodom and Egypt. Pharaoh, see, being delivered out of Egypt, and the Lord shall pass over Jerusalem. That's what Isaiah 31, somewhere around verse 5 or 6 through 7. See? So Amalek is Pharaoh, the leadership. Oh, did he not smite the firstborn of Egypt? When that angel of the Lord went through ancient Egypt. I think that's Exodus 11 and 5, if somebody can post that. He smote the firstborn of Egypt. Amalek is the first of the nations. They are Pharaoh ruling the international bankers, the global elite, the Rothschilds, the Gettys, the DuPonts, the Carnegies, the Vanderbilts, the Oppenheimers. You can't make this stuff up. See? Numbers 24, verse 20. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. Beautiful. See? So they're ruling right now. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that follow. So the caveman represents decline, decay, death, immorality. A valley is a low-lying area. If you've ever seen a mass grave on the battlefield, it's a low-lying area or a hole in the ground. So Esau, Edom, represents an end of an age, decay, death, sickness, wars. See? Immorality, a valley. Somebody ain't with me, but we're going to keep going anyway. So evil E, the caveman, is the end of the world. Jacob, up-and-coming kings and priests, are the beginning of the age that followed. A new age, a glorious, righteous new world order. See, Amalek is the first of the nations. Brother Bunyan Yasharallah, Exodus 11 and 5. That's the one I called for, the water. And all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die. No, the caveman is going to live forever. And put on a red cape and red and blue with a big capital A in the middle of his chest, Amalek. Not going to happen. Or the purple people eaters say they're going to be resurrected a third time. A caveman on steroids. The purple people eater T-Rexes are bugged out through. Brother Bunyan Yasharallah, Exodus 11 and 5. And all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill. Amalek is sitting on the throne, the king of Babylon. Pharaoh, you can't make this stuff up. The global elite, international bankers, the Bilderberg Group, the Club of Rome, the Trilateral Commission, Bohemian Grove, worshiping Molech, and sacrificing blood sacrifices, children. You can't make this stuff up. The king of Babylon, Amalek, occupying the throne of this NWO, who's spearheading the WEF, the World Economic Forum. Clown Slob is, along with Noah Yuval Harari, or Yuval Noah Harari, his little sidekick with no spine, no backbone. Let's get one more. Numbers 20 and 7. Numbers 20, verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Here it is. They got a website called Nambla. Nambla. It's what is it called? Somebody can put that up. Nambla. The men. It's the organization of men that love boys. Nambla. If you can put it up on a comment board. But yet they're trying to ban the Bible from being taught. It's the organization Men Boy Lovers, but it starts with an Nabla, NAMBLA, but yet they're censoring the Bible and free speech. But the NAMBLA website is international, global, but yet the Bible is a problem. And they're talking about they're going after pedos, but yet they got a website that supports global pedos. So what are you talking about? So they are hypocrites. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds. Their Space Force, their International Space Station, the height of their rulership, their air travel, their Air Force. Yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He's going to be flushed down the toilet, which represents slavery. Dung is poop. Yeah, I needed the breakdown of that acronym. Let's see. But yet the Bible is being censored and shut down. You done lost your damn mind. But yet you got a website for men boy lovers. Y'all gonna get it. The Lord is gonna raise up his men, and it's on. It's North American Man Boy Love Association, NAMBLA, North American Man Boy Love Association. But yet you're trying to ban the Bible and arrest the men of the Lord on the streets preaching the Bible. Y'all are gonna fall. You're gonna fall. Yep. So Amalek is ruling right now, the first of the nations. But they're being called out for their wickedness, hypocrisy. And the elect men, followed by a large multitude of men, women, and children, are going to see their fall. 2 Ezra 15:6. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Amalek has spread his NWO worldwide, and their democratic policies, along with their universal Christianity under the Roman Catholic Church. And boy lovers have gone mainstream, but yet they want to ban the Bible and free speech. Are you about to get effed up? You're not going to come against this Bible. Proverbs 29:16. When the wicked are multiplied, transgression increaseth, but the righteous shall see their fall. So the tabernacle of David is being raised up from the ashes, from the graves, and the dust of the earth. The Most High has realigned his starting lineup for these times. And it's getting ready to go down. So the Most High has raised up the key leadership structure, the pillars of the temple of the Lord. What pillars are the temples of the Lord? Kings and priests. The tabernacle of David, built on the chief cornerstone, the rock of our salvation, Yahweh Shai. So Amalek, you going down with your little tic-tac hats that you outgrown 40 years ago and still wearing it. All right? Your infant baby hats. You should have tossed them things about 50 years ago. But anyway, salvation is drawing near. The man of sin has been revealed, and the stars of heaven are starting to shine with this light of the glorious gospel. Kwam Yasharallah. Kwam Yasharallah. And Abad Babal. We got next, Lord willing. Barakatham. See you on the next lesson, Lord willing. Shalom.